Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business here right now. Okay, by now you've all heard about Scott Linehan has left the building. You know, we shouldn't be happy about somebody losing their job because it's tough out there for a pimp. But I gotta tell you, you gotta love Dez Bryant here. Dez Bryant wasted no time sipping on the tea. And I'm curious because we all know that the players have talked about this offensive play calling. You know, as in Dez said, it ain't me, it's the garbage ass offense that we've been running and lining up the same way for the last 17 weeks. There's a lot to be said about that. We've heard about Bryce Butler talking about how trashy this offense is. We've heard T.O., we've heard everybody. So my question is right now, we'll never know. We'll never know because they can't come out and say what they really feel. But I wonder how the offense feels right now. If they're breathing a sigh of relief. I know, FYI, they say Kellen Moore's coming back. But then again, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Nobody is safe with the Dallas Cowboys. Because here's my thinking right now, and Michael Anthony Fitness, he's got a great story. So check out Michael Anthony Fitness because I wanted to run with him, but he's like, no, Dad, you ain't run. This is my shit. So check out Michael Anthony. He's going to be doing something coming up, and it makes complete sense. But I got to tell you here, we are led to believe that Jason Garrett said 4 days ago, no changes were expected. Not once, but twice on two separate occasions. There were no changes, major changes expected to happen. And we're supposed to now believe that Jason Garrett now fired Scott Linehan after just four days ago saying there were no major changes. Do you really believe that that was Jason Garrett's call? He may have had to have been the one to deliver the news, but that wasn't Jason Garrett's decision. And I got to tell you right now, because here's the thing. We all knew that Dez Bryant was coming back, right? You know, the same Dez Bryant here who's sipping tea. We all know how the Cowboys will roll. The Cowboys will tell you one thing and do another. I got to tell you, and I've told you guys this before the whole Dez Bryant situation last year, I said, pay attention to Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones is not happy. And when Stephen Jones ain't happy, somebody's head is in the sling. I told you that. And the fact that he came out there after Jason Garrett basically was howdy doody and said flat out, nobody should be happy about where we are. That's what he said. And I got to tell you that I think Stephen Jones is patient. Maybe Jerry Jones isn't. But Jerry Jones was made to let Dez Bryant go because they thought it was for the betterment for the team. And that's Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones is the true power center of this team. And Stephen Jones, quietly behind the scenes, is putting his imprint on this team. That's why the team doesn't believe in crazy moves in the draft anymore. That's Stephen Jones. Stability. You draft the best player available. You don't try and do wheeling and dealing and all this crazy horse trade and stuff up and down the draft. That's Stephen Jones. Because when Jerry wanted to go ahead and shoot for the fence, and we're going to get Johnny Manziel, Stephen Jones took that card away. Dad. That's stupid. We're not doing it. This is the new Dallas Cowboys. We do things the right way. And so when there's big name free agents out there where people want to bring in the big name, sell all the jerseys, no. We're going to get our financial house in order. And when it's players are left to kind of go out there, just be wild. You know, it's okay. Boys will be boys. It was Stephen Jones last year. Zeke, We can't have those distractions. It's unacceptable. It's Stephen Jones. And I got to tell you, Stephen Jones's patience seems to be a little bit thin. The fact that he came out and said that, to me, lets you know that Jason Garrett being here is not a guarantee. That if they can find a better alternative, if they can shoot for the moon, swing for the fence, they'll get somebody else in here. And I know right now people are saying, wait a minute, Mark, you're crazy. The team, wait. The team's been in the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years winning. Are you kidding me? We won a playoff game this year. Why would you do? Look at Jason Garrett's record. You can't let that guy go. Right, Vosh? Jason Garrett will get you 12 wins a season, get you the playoffs. But you know what? It's funny that you say that because you've seen other teams do exactly that. John Fox had the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl and got fired. Why? Because they didn't succeed. It wasn't good enough. You saw the Atlanta Falcons coach just about every year get his team into the playoffs, although they'd lost a lot of them. Mike White, I believe it was. He got fired. They brought in another coach who took them to the Super Bowl. Now, they choked. But he got them to the Super Bowl. And you're seeing teams that are learning that you got to have a little turnover. And maybe the final straw, maybe the nail in the coffin for Jason Garrett was the fact that he was satisfied with what he did this year. Satisfied that, hey, we righted the ship. We are in the playoffs. We won a game. We're proud. Aren't you guys happy? We got past round 1. And I think Stephen Jones is now looking at him with the side eye. You're happy with that? So I think all of a sudden there's a conversation going on in Dallas. And here's the thing that you got to think about too is, you know how Ian Rappaport reported that they're going to be working on that long-term extension? And we know how often Ian Rappaport is wrong, don't we? Wasn't it Tennessee's coach that he said was going to be getting a new deal? He got fired the next day? That guy? The same guy that says Des Bryant's going to be taking a pay cut and returning to Dallas and then got cut? That guy says that Jason Garrett's going to get a long-term deal? I bet you right now, Stephen Jones is sitting there. He's thinking. He's contemplating. Is Jason Garrett the guy that's going to get us where we want to be? That is probably Stephen Jones thinking right now. Is this the guy that we're going to think is going to get us there? After all of these years, after 2 playoff wins, after being satisfied with just getting to this point, is he the guy to lead these men beyond that? That's what's going on right now in Dallas. And if you're Jason Garrett, if you got a spider sense, it better be tingling right about now. You better be thinking, did I just screw the pooch by being too happy? Is my job on the line now? Just remember the 3 R's: respect, redemption, and revenge. You would want to get all 3 of those, Jason Garrett. It was a great season, but it should have been greater. You can't be satisfied unless you do one thing. And that's win a Super Bowl. And if you are not doing every single thing you can to get there, every single moment of the day, figuring out how to get there. If you were just satisfied with what you did, then you ain't the guy. And I think Stephen Jones is having that realization. We'll be talking about this tonight. It's going to be a big show. It's going to be party time up in here as we try and figure out who will be the replacement for Scott Linehan. I'm Mark Holmes, and we're actually watching Jason Garrett. I'll see you soon.